I'll caption this one. If I had a hammer, his first name would be Mike. What's going on, YouTube? Michael R. Schulteis here, author of the Rostoval Saga, which you can see, as always, on the shelf behind me. Today I'm coming at you with my review of I, the Jury by Mickey Spillane, book 1 of the Mike Hammer series. This is the first book on my April TBR that I've managed to complete, and oh man, folks, this book is so dope. Let's summarize. The protagonist, Mike Hammer, is a World War II veteran turned private eye. When a friend of his is brutally murdered, Mike is on the case, and he won't stop until he gets justice, or maybe vengeance. So, for me, the strongest aspect of this book is the character of Mike Hammer. He's a tough-as-nails 1940s private eye. He's quick with a gun, and he's going to do things his own way. He does what the police cannot or will not do, and they're pretty cool with it because, he kind of takes out the trash. So that aspect of the book is just fantastic, and there's a certain comparison to James Bond. Women want him, men want to be him, and he's going to do things his own way, on his own, even and maybe especially if that means bending or breaking the rules. So Mike Hammer makes this book, and I would say, secondary characters are all well done. Although there's a recurrent theme of Mike ending up in romantic situations with more than one of the women in the book, I think that it does make sense. He's pretty badass. This is not the kind of story where you have this amazing supporting cast. So if you're looking for something like that, this is not one of those stories. This is about Mike Hammer, the man, the myth, the legend, and his quest for vengeance. Let's be honest. That's what he's out to do, to avenge his friend. Let's switch gears here and go from talking about characters to talking about the plot. This is a murder mystery, noir, detective thriller. What I really like about the plot is the mystery is complex enough and there's enough layers to it that you're probably not going to figure it all out up front or halfway into the book or anything like that. I think you're probably going to find it keeps you engaged the whole way. I think the extra layers really add to the interest of a story. There's more to figure out than just this one thing. There's different aspects of motivation and what's going on. And I had my suspicions about the identity of the killer. Won't tell you if I was right or wrong. We're going to avoid spoilers here. I don't want anything spoilery here. I think what you'll find is that even if you see it coming more than I did, maybe you read more mysteries than I do. I don't read a lot of mysteries. You might read a lot more. You might see more of where it's headed, but I think even if that's true, you'll still find this is a really enjoyable mystery. Really well done. Now, another aspect of this book that I really liked was the prose styling. This whole thing is written in a very lean, spare, tight kind of prose that's just perfect for this story and for this character. And this is all first person, so it especially makes sense. On that note, I really enjoyed the sense of being in America in the 1940s. This book is published in 1947, so it's authentic. It's contemporary at the time. The language is part of the fun, too. You'll find that a gun is a rod and a car is a heap, and it all makes you feel like you're in this time and place. With all that said, for me, this book is a solid 5 out of 5. I've already picked up the second book in the series, and I'll probably start reading that later this month or maybe even next month. And I'm excited. I may have a new favorite series here. So let's wrap this up by talking about who this book is for and who it might not be for. I'd say if you like the James Bond novels or going in a more modern direction, the Dresden Files, get this book yesterday. Mike Hammer has to be one of my new favorite fictional characters, and I can't wait to read more of his adventures. If you like that kind of tough, gonna solve problems, gonna figure out what's going on, do things his own way, this is gonna be you're gonna be very happy with this. I'll add too, if detective fiction, if mysteries are your thing, this book is probably for you. The only caveat is if you're more of a cozy mystery fan, this book may not be for you because this is not a cozy mystery by a long shot. This book might not be your cup of tea or shot of whiskey as the case may be. I'll add too that I think Mike Hammer is a fantastic protagonist if you like them old school and they have with some flaws as well. He has a sense of honor, but you may find aspects of his character to be out of step with more contemporary values, shall we say. Now, to me, this is a positive. I like a character who has some flaws. On the one hand, he wants to be very honorable with this one gal he's wanting to marry, but then it's hard to stop flirting with this other gal. So that sense of conflict and that sense of very human flaws, to me, makes a character more interesting. And it's very well done in this case. But it may not be your cup of tea if you're looking for somebody who is either more contemporary or just more thoroughly good protagonist, shall we say. The fact that he is willing to operate outside the law, again, this is somebody who has a lot of verve, has a willingness to bend or break the rules, and that's, to me, that's what I'm looking for, but it may not be for everybody. I'll say, too, that if you're looking for a politically correct story within our values kind of protagonist, this is so not that. Move on, find something else to read. There's lots out there. Let me conclude. If a hard-as-nails detective thriller with an extremely baller protagonist sounds like your kind of thing, pick up I, the Jury at the link below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll hope to catch you next time.